Mana! How are you doing? Nabesubire nnyo bose moko mana. Inimonne ko mana. Welcome to another episode of Kidawida. My name is Masaka Mdavida Tiki. It's always my greatest pleasure and joy to bring you episodes of Kidawida. I love to teach you my language, the language that gives me my identity, the precious language that we call Kidawida. So, karibuni sana. I believe that you're ready to learn with me. On this episode, we are going to learn about the day-to-day morning activities in Kidawida. So, on this episode, we shall be looking at vocabulary that revolve around the bedroom, the vocabulary that revolve around waking up and getting ready for the day. So, karibuni sana. And let's get started. The first word that we are learning today is the word kuvuka. That is an infinitive verb. I have talked about this before, but in case you had forgotten what that means, kuvuka means to get up or to wake up. The other thing that we are learning today is the word chumba. Chumba refers to a bedroom. And chumbenyi, on the other hand, refers to in the bedroom. So chumbenyi in Kiswahili is chumbani. That means in the bedroom. The other thing that we are learning today is the verb kulavua. Kulavua. So kulavua means to open one's eyes. To open one's eyes. That is kulavua. Then the other thing that we are learning today is kualavuli. Kualavuli. That means to spread a bed. So what do we call a bed in Kidawida then? A bed is called vuli. Vuli. Now let's look at the bed itself. What do we have in a bed? We have igodoro. Igodoro refers to a mattress. In Kiswahili, we call that godoro. And then we have shiti or shuka. That refers to a bed sheet. You can definitely tell that these are loan words. Shiti or shuka. That refers to a bed sheet. And then we have muto. Muto refers to a pillow. Muto. And then we have the phrase kukaba mswaki. Kukaba mswaki simply means to brush one's teeth. In Kiswahili we can say that is kupiga mswaki. That is kukaba mswaki, to brush one's teeth. We have mswaki. Mswaki refers to a toothbrush. And then we have the verb kukudunga machi. And other people say kuoga. Kukudunga machi, also known as kuoga. That refers to taking a bath or taking a shower. Kuoga in Kiswahili. We have the other thing that we're learning today as kukushinga mavuda. Kukushinga mavuda. That simply means to oil one's skin. In Kiswahili, that is kujipaka mafuta. Then we have kurwa nguvo. Kurwa nguvo. That means to dress up. And in Kiswahili, that is kuvaa. Kuvaa nguo. And then we have kunywa chai. Kunywa chai is to take breakfast. In Kiswahili, it's the same. Kunywa chai. To take breakfast. Ama kula staftahi. Then we have lumalwa kesho. Lumalwa kesho means morning. And then we have another phrase which is iruba jabuka. And other people say iruba jamosa. That means at sunrise. The duration in the morning when the sun is rising. That is called iruba jabuka or iruba jamosa, when the sun is rising. Let's look at some few sentences that I have come up with in relation to the vocabulary that we have learned today. So I have 4 sentences that describe some of the activities that I have just mentioned. So the first sentence is nadabuka lumalwa kesho iruba jikabuka. Nadabuka lumalwa kesho iruba jikabuka. That translates to, I wake up in the morning when the sun rises. So that is a sentence that you can use to describe how you wake up in the morning and the duration, that is when you wake up. And in this case, I'm saying that I wake up in the morning when the sun rises. I wake up at sunrise. The second sentence is nikabuka. So we can make this like a little paragraph. So the second sentence on this little paragraph of ours is nikabuka na dalabuli wapo na nakaba mswaki. Nikabuka na dalabuli wapo na nakaba mswaki. That translates to, when I wake up, I make my bed and then brush my teeth. Nikameria nada kudunga machi. Nikameria nada kudunga machi. That means when I finish, I usually take a bath. And finally, nikameria nadanywa chai na nafuma niende chagunyi, angu skulu, and others say skuli. Now, this depends on who we are talking about. Is it someone that's working or is it someone that's studying? So if it is someone that's working, they will say nikameria nadanywa chai na nafuma niende chagunyi. Chagunyi means at your workplace. And then skulu is a school, and other people say skuli. So nikameria nadanywa chai na nafuma niende chagunyi, angu skulu. That means when I finish, I usually take tea or breakfast and then leave for work or school. So now let me read this in a continuous manner, and then I will do the translation of the 4 sentences all together. Nadabuka lumalwa kesho iruba jikabuka. Nikabuka na dalabuli wapo na nakaba mswaki. Nikameria nada kudunga machi. Nikameria nadanywa chai na nafuma niende chagunyi, angu skulu. Let me give you a translation of that. I wake up in the morning when the sun rises. When I wake up, I make my bed and then brush my teeth. When I finish, I usually take a bath. When I finish, I usually take breakfast and then leave for work or school. So that is what I had prepared for today's episode. I believe that you have been able to learn something. I believe that you have learned something to do with waking up. You have also learned something to do with the bedroom. And I believe that you have also learned something to do with preparing yourself so as to start your day. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate your feedback. I really appreciate the comments that you're giving. Thank you so much for supporting Ishome Kidawida. Let's continue to do this. Let's continue to embrace Kidawida. Let's continue to explore, learn, and speak Kidawida together. See you in my next episode. Bye!